Hi friends, Miss Molly Money here of Marvelous Money Matters. Thanks so much for watching. You might have heard the saying, what gets measured gets done, or other variations like what gets measured gets managed. The origin of this saying is a little bit fuzzy, but it basically means that you can't achieve something if you aren't measuring it and tracking it. The act of measuring something puts your focus on it, and it gives you the information you need to make sure that it gets done. For example, if you're running a project at work and it's supposed to be done by the end of the year, how will you know if it's on track to be completed if you aren't measuring all the different parts of the project? How do you know what's on schedule, behind schedule, what's over budget, and so on? The same could be said of fitness goals or food goals or home improvement projects. If you closely track what you're doing each day towards that goal, the chances of you achieving it are much higher than if you just say, oh, I'm going to lose 50 pounds without any kind of plan or tracking for how to get there. The other day, a friend of mine told me he had a goal to have 3 million by the time he was 55 years old, which is a great goal, but I had to wonder if he had any idea of what that meant yearly or monthly or weekly or daily, how much you'd have to earn or save or invest in order to reach that $3 million goal by the age he wanted. And that brings me to a practice I've had for many years that I'd like to share with you. I started this in my early 20s when I really got serious about wealth and hitting my money goals, and that was to track my income every single day. Now there's lots of other ways you can track your income. You don't have to use an Excel tracker like this, but it's what I've been doing for years and it works for me, so I keep at it. But when I started this, my goal was to make $75,000 per year, which was an enormous amount of money for me. It was almost double what I was making at the time. But when I sat down and did the math, I figured out that it was $6,000 per month, or $200 per day, give or take a little. And so I put together this spreadsheet and had an overall monthly goal of $6,000. You'll see that right here. And then columns for the different income streams I had. I had a 40-hour-a-week job at the time, and then I had a couple of side gigs as well. I did transcription work for 2 different companies, which was great because I could do it at home on the evenings or weekends. And I was also selling some stuff on eBay, making very little money at that, but it was something. And then I had this column for other, which was miscellaneous money that came in, usually very small amounts, but I wanted to track it. This could be something like birthday money or a random refund that you got, that kind of stuff. And then over here in column B, I was totaling everything up from the other columns, which is how much I made for the day. And again, the goal was $200. And then over here in column G, this is just a crude tracker or day counter that told me how many days were left in the month. So as a day would end, I would change this to 0, which gave me, in this case, 17 days left. And then down at the bottom, I would figure out how much I had left to go for the month to hit my monthly goal, and then dividing by that number of 17 days left, I would get the amount I needed to make per day. So when opportunities came up to take on more transcription work in my case, it was really easy for me to say yes because my goal was so top of mind. Or if I needed to sell some more stuff on eBay, I'd put in that extra time making the listings, taking the pictures, and so on. It kind of became a game for me, and it made my money goals really simple. I no longer had this pie-in-the-sky dream of mansions and Lamborghinis with no clue of how I was going to get there. All I knew is that I had to make $200 per day, and I had ways that I could do that. I still use this spreadsheet today, even though the numbers and income sources have changed. At the end of every day, I tally up what I've made from the different sources and make sure that I'm on track to hit the overall monthly goal, which will roll up into my yearly goal. I'd strongly encourage you to set up your own tracker, regardless of the technology, so you can keep your money goals in focus and make them achievable by breaking them into bite-sized pieces. Or if you already have something like this, I'd love to hear from you in the comments about what's working for you. And if you're thinking, well, I only have one source of income and it's my job with a fixed salary or hourly wage, then check out this other video about how you might want to change that to achieve your wealth goals. Thanks so much for watching.